Namaste. Congratulations for making it this far, coming onto your mats for practice. They say the hardest part of yoga is getting to yoga, getting onto your mat. I know I've had many mornings where I've struggled getting out of bed, battling my monkey mind, which tells me to stay in bed. But then once we get onto our mats, all we have to do is yoga. And by yoga, I don't mean our deepest back bends and all the push-ups and headstands and backflips. I mean more so practicing presence and awareness of our bodies and breaths, whether that's for 5, 10, 20, or 60 minutes of our days. It makes a huge difference to take care of ourselves, and energetically it says a lot as well to prioritize taking care of ourselves, because taking care of ourselves trickles outward to those around us and then beyond for the world, because we are part of the greater good. So taking care of ourselves is the highest good for ourselves, and the highest good for ourselves is the highest good of the greater good, because we're all part of the greater good. As far as props for today, um, I we won't need them necessarily, but I will cue 2 blocks and a blanket in case you would like to use them for certain postures. And with all that said, let's begin our practice. Samastitihi. Draw your big toes to touch. Hands to your heart center. Inhale for Om. 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 Surya Namaskar A, Sun A. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your hands, widen up, touch your palms, look up. Exhale, fold over your legs, empty your breath. Inhale, halfway lift your spine. Exhale, step your left foot back, lower your knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog, step your right foot back. Inhale, hinge forward to a high plank. Stay here or exhale, knees, chest, chin, lower down to your belly. Untuck your toes, inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dogs. Lift your hips. 1 breath. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step your foot between your palms. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Stretch your hips. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Step your left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, mountain pose. Root to rise, receive light. Samastitihi, exhale. Again, inhale, mountain, Tadasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift your spine. Exhale, step your right foot back, lower your back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, low crescent lunge, stretch your hips. Exhale, downward facing dogs. Inhale, high plank. Stay here or exhale, knees, chest, chin, lower down to your belly. Untuck your toes, inhale, baby cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step your foot between your palms. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, forward fold, top of your mat. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, lift your spine halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Samastitihi, exhale. Chair pose. Sit your hips back, reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, swing your arms back for chair plane. Palms face the earth, cobra in your chest. Breath to movement. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sweep back. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Interlace your fingers behind. You can also use a strap if you'd like for the bind. Inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your legs, hips forward maybe a little bit. Inhale. And then exhale, Samastitihi, return to neutral. Keep your right leg forward, step your left foot back for warrior one. Okay, heel to heel alignment, or you can do feet hip width distance to square your hips. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward, and then reach your arms above your head. Touch your palms, option to keep your gaze forward or option to look up. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind you once again. Again, you can use a strap if you'd like. Inhale, puff up your chest, look up. Exhale, humble warrior, lower your right shoulder inside of your left knee. Release the crown of your head towards the earth. Keep your back leg strong, hugging your right hip in. One more breath. And then inhale, rise back up to stand. Straighten your right leg, pivot onto your heels to the back of your mat. Left leg, warrior two. Bend your left knee. Okay, front knee goes no more or less past the ankle. Stack your knee. Square your hips, left hip back, right hip forward. Then option, touch your palms. Option to look up for one breath. Inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind you, chest expansion. Inhale once again. Exhale, humble warrior, bow your left shoulder inside of your left knee. Soften through your throat and your jaw. Draw your left knee away from your center while hugging your left hip in. One more breath. Inhale, rise back up to stand. Star pose in the center. Inhale. And then warrior two, right leg. Bend your right knee. Okay, a little wider than our warrior one stance. Look beyond your right fingertips. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Go post your arms. And then take another breath in. Exhale, draw your elbows to touch. Forearms, fingers touch. Inhale, back to open. Exhale to touch. Option to add the lunge. Inhale, straighten your right knee. Open the chest. Exhale, chest press, bend the knee. One more, inhale. Exhale. Star pose. Inhale, expand. And then switch, warrior two, left knee, bend your knee. Look beyond your left fingertips. Good, good. One breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then go post your arms. Inhale. Exhale, chest press. Hug your elbows in. Again, inhale, open out. Exhale, squeeze your forearms. Option to add the legs as you inhale, open. Exhale, straighten your leg. Chest press. Inhale, open out. And then exhale, close in. Good. Rebend once again. And then inhale, star pose. Heels and toes out, shake it out. And then exhale, draw your hands to your hips. Point your toes in towards each other. Inhale here. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. B. Keep your hands on your hips. Always option to release them down if that feels better. And then hang here for 5 breaths. Keep lifting your sit bones. 2. Option for inversions, headstands. 3. Technically, we're already inverted, so enjoy. 4. And 5. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift your spine. And then from here, exhale, Skandasana to the right side. Bend your right knee, point the toes outward. Flex your left toes up towards the sky, hands to your heart. You can keep your hands to your heart or hands down, maybe even use a block. But notice your right heel. So if it's lifted, go less into the lunge, okay? Totally fine. And then from here, inhale, come through center, and then switch to your left leg. Again, option to use your hands on a block or your mat. Keep going. As you inhale, come through center. As you exhale, lunge and squat. If you want more of a challenge, balance hands to heart. Good, good. Using your core to support your spine as you navigate through your changes. And you can go fast or slow. Just stay with your breath, right? That's our practice today. Let's do one more each side. And then we'll meet back in the center fold. Point your toes in, fold over your legs, stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Stay for the exhale. And inhale, rise back up to stand. Step or hop your feet to touch, Samastitihi. So next variation, we'll do tree pose. You can do regular tree. So leaning into your right foot. Place your foot to your ankle, calf, or thigh. If you have Padmasana or lotus in your practice today, draw the knife edge of your left foot to your inner right hip crease. Hands to your heart center either way. Good, good. Also option for a half or a full bind. Maybe reach for your foot. Option to change your gaze. Okay, do what you can. Be where you are. As long as you're aware of your breath, you're successful, right? One more breath where you are. And as you exhale, release what you have. Left foot back down, right away root down from your left foot. Shake it out. I encourage you to do the same thing on this next side. So if you did tree, place your foot to your ankle, calf, or thigh. Avoid the knee joint. Yep, yep. If you have Padmasana in your practice, knife edge of your right foot to your inner hip crease. Good. Energetically push your right knee towards the earth and then hands to your heart. You can do the same thing with your hands, maybe something different. You know, half bind. You did so on the other side. Option to change your gaze. Just practicing your sense of balance. If there's any shaking, shaking's good. It's your body naturally adjusting to change and imbalance. One more breath where we are. And then exhale, release. Shake it out. And let's flow back down, step to the top of our mats. Inhale, mountain, reach wide and up, touch your palms, look up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Look up halfway, inhale. Exhale, step or jump back, vinyasa. Always option to skip. And we'll meet downward facing dog, exhale. Good, look forward and then step your feet forward to the edges of your mat for Malasana frog squat. Hands to your heart center. You can also sit on a block if you'd like. Good, so options here, you can stay here in your yogi squat. I said frog squat. Yogi squat. Looks kind of like a frog too. Broaden through your collarbones. And it's a great place to stay in itself. Or option to play with flying frog. That's where I got the name. Plant your palms. Keep your knees open. And then lean into your fingertips. So look forward. Maybe lift one, the other, or both feet. Lift through your belly. Here for 1, 2, and 3. Return back to our yogi squat. And then everybody, plant your palms, rotate your toes in and fold. Once again, shake it out. Whew. And then from here, just bend down onto your knees. We'll find hero pose. So sit between your heels. If this is a lot for your knees, you can sit on a block or a blanket. And listening to your body, just find the knees to touch so that we find this internal rotation of the hips. This is to counter the yogi squat, our warriors, so we can find balance in our bodies. That's why we come to our mats, right? To find balance physically, mentally. Doesn't matter how deep or not deep you go in a posture. Just take a moment here to ground down in gratitude for yourself for showing up. An option to stay here in our hero pose seat. Option to recline into your hero pose. So if you're not on a block, if you are on a block or a blanket, stay there. If you're not, plant your palms. You can try this. Plant your palms behind, lift your hips about a few inches, and then tuck your tailbone under. This will deepen the stretch in your front hips and your thighs. You can stay here or begin to recline down, first onto your elbows, and then perhaps all the way down onto your back. If you're all the way on your back, draw your arms over your head, reaching for opposite elbows. And release through your belly, stretching your hips and your knees and your thighs. Good. If you reclined all the way down, reverse the same way you came in. Lift up to elbows, then your palms. And then everyone plant your palms downward facing dog. Stretch your legs. Let that go. And then step or jump through to a seat. Find your way onto your back. If you'd like for back bends to have a block, maybe have that handy. We'll start with a bridge pose. Plant your feet hip width distance, close enough so you can tickle with your fingers, and then lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Option for chest expansion. Shimmy your shoulders under, stretching through your hips, releasing your jaw and your throat, soften where you can. And then exhale, release the bind if you had it, free your spine back down, draw your knees as wide as your mat, and then knock side to side for a few breaths. We'll do a second back bend. You can do the same thing, bridge pose. You can do supported bridge, block underneath your sacrum. If you have wheel in your practice and you know how to get into it, you can do that as well. We'll do 5 to 6 breaths with our choice. So head into your choice of your second back bend, and then we'll do 5 to 6 breaths on your count. Good. If you're not already, start to find your way out of your back bend. Roll your spine back down. And then once again, knock your knees to, or separate your feet as wide as your mat. Begin to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Go post your arms. Maybe look opposite direction of your knees. And then next time your knees are over to the left, keep them there. Lower them all the way, either onto your mat or your block. An option to cross your left ankle outside of your right knee. So we get this external rotation of our left hip and also internal rotation of our right. Option to gaze your right chin towards your right shoulder, your chin towards your right shoulder. And change, release your foot if you crossed it. Draw your knees over to your right side, either onto block or your mat. And then option to cross your right ankle over your left knee. It's just extra stretch. An option to look towards your left shoulder. Soften, allow, be. In yoga, we balance effort with ease. So especially the last part of our practice, we surrender more, allow and receive more, rather than doing, achieving. Release your right ankle if you crossed it, knees back center, and then let's do about 30 seconds for any final postures that your body's craving. You can rock side to side, you can do happy baby, you can do plow pose. Okay, about 15 more seconds. If you're ready, you can start heading into Shavasana as well. Last 5, 4, 3. If you're not already, start to make your way into Shavasana, corpse pose. Release your legs and your arms. Make any adjustments to lay comfortably. It's the most important part of our practice, the rest, the meditation. My teacher Jorgen says this is where we install all of the updates of our practice. Really soaking in all of the benefits of every posture, every breath, every choice. Congratulations, you've made it. You deserve it. And I'll leave you here in Shavasana. Please stay for at least a few more minutes. As always, thank you. Thanks to all of our teachers and their teachers. Congratulations again, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.